Let's configure trunking! By the time we're done here, we will walk through the configuration of manual trunks in a multi-switch configuration. You wouldn't believe I'm running around the house. I'm like, guys, where's the elephant? Where's the elephant? I don't know where the elephant is. You got to have an elephant. So what we're going to do in here is really solidify a lot of the configuration in our minds of doing trunking the right way. So take a look. We are going back to Arizona, which has really become our neglected site. Ironically, it's the headquarters office of our network right here. But we've put all our VLAN configuration efforts into Nevada and Florida. So what we're going to do is configure this network piece by piece, starting off with the trunks. Now, mind you, we don't even have VLANs configured. That's the first site we designed them for, but we never set up the VLANs. And I'm going to save the VLAN configuration until we get to something called the VLAN trunking protocol. I think that's going to be the next video or the video right after. And I'm going to let that do the VLAN configuration for us. More on that in just a minute. In here, what I want to do is the right way, go around and set up the ports that need to be trunks. Now, looking at this diagram, I've got two core switches. We've got AZ SW01, SW02, and SW03. All of the interfaces that are connected between switches should be trunks. Now, again, mind you, this is mapping up to the physical topology that we have right here. The copper cabling, so this is AZ SW01. I know it's hard to see with the cables blocking it. 1, and then down at the bottom is 2. This is AZ switch 3. So this is our access switch over there on the left side of the diagram. Switch 1 and switch 2, these guys are connected by fiber optic cabling that you can see over there on the right-hand side. That's our uplinks. Those will become trunks. These guys, this guy right here is connected via copper cabling to each one of these. Again, these will become trunks. And we mapped out the network so we know exactly which ports those are. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. I've got my console cable right now plugged into AZ SW01. So I'm looking at the diagram right there. We've got fast Ethernet 2/0/2 and the 2 gigabit ports that need to be trunks. So let's do it. Click into that window, get logged in, Cisco. I'll do my show VLAN, or show VLAN, and I can see that all the ports are still a member of the default VLAN, default state. I'm going to do a show CDP neighbors. I do that all the time just to verify that everything is connected like I think it should be. So I've got 2 connections to switch 2, and I'm verifying, yep, the 2 gigabit ports, and the 1 connection to switch 3 on fast Ethernet 2/0/2, which again, looking back here, yep, that's exactly what it should be, 2/0/2. So what I'm going to do is go into global configuration mode. I was hesitating because I'm thinking, what should I do? The range? I'll do one manually. So let's do interface fast Ethernet 2/0/2. I'm going to do switchport mode trunk. Switchport trunk encapsulation .1Q because these switches are a little bit older. I thought these guys would only be 802.1Q, but even the 3750 supported ISL encapsulation. So something worth noting. By the way, if you're in a production network, you are going to reset your interfaces constantly. And matter of fact, as soon as I do this, watch this, switchport mode trunk and switchport non-negotiate because I want it to come up really fast. I've taken down that connection. If the other side is an access port and I've just set up the trunk on this side, that connection is not going to be healthy or well. So let's get the rest of these configured, and I'll do for this next one interface range gigabit Ethernet 2/0/1 through 2. Same thing. Switchport trunk encapsulation .1Q switchport mode trunk switchport no negotiate, right? And I know it may seem trivial to be typing the same commands again and again and again. Do this. I mean, if you've got your own physical lab, be doing this with me. If you've got a virtual lab, if you're using Viral or Packet Tracer, set up this topology, do it with me. Type these same commands because it's going to be doing it again and again, setting it up according to a network diagram that's going to solidify this in your mind. So hit the enter key on that, and I'm going to I'm gonna check this one off. I think we're good to go. So let me grab my console cable. I'm gonna move it up back here, or actually move it down to switch number 2. Click. Good. Jump back over here, hit the enter key a couple times. Logged in. Logged in. All right, show CDP neighbors. There's my my switch 1 and switch 3. So I will do same kind of thing, global config mode, interface range, GI 1/0/1 through 2, switchport mode or switchport trunk encapsulation .1q, switchport mode trunk, switchport no negotiate. Good. And last one, interface fast Ethernet 1/0/2, looking at that CDP output right up there. That's my connection. Enter. Whoop. Oh, it's just letting me know, hey, you just exited your range configuration mode. That's fine. Hit the up arrow a couple times. .1q mode and I lost it. Switchport no negotiate. Enter. There we go. So we've now got switch 1 and 2 configured for this. Last one is going to be switch 3, so let me move my console cable up one more time. Move it from here up to, oh, it's actually on the other side. Over to here and click in. Snap, I'm in switch 3. Back to the configuration. Press enter a couple times, I'm there. Show CDP neighbors. I've got switch 1 and switch 2 in this Pinata. That's the wireless access point I have plugged into that. So I'm going to go into global config mode, interface fast Ethernet 0/1, switchport trunk encapsulation .1q, switchport mode trunk. Switch. Are you getting these commands yet? Are they sticking with your mind? And then we'll go to fast Ethernet 2. Actually, I could have done a nice little range there, but just as good. There we go. We now have this configured, and to verify, I can do a show interface fast Ethernet 0/1 switchport. Again, this is our dump of the command. This is the big thing I want you to see, and you want to see this every single time. Administrative mode, trunk. Operational mode, trunk. Encapsulation, .1q, and then right here, negotiation of trunking, that's our DTP. It doesn't say DTP, but that's what it is off, right? If you want to have a little bonus, there's our native VLAN 1, and that guy is being used as that native. So everything else down below is where you get into private VLANs and things like that. That's a whole nother level. And by the way, when you get into private VLANs, you actually will go, it's almost like the Matrix. Is it real? You go a VLAN inside of a VLAN. Oh, it's fun stuff. So we've now got all of these interfaces configured for trunking between each other. Now, is there any others that we should do? Depends. If we're going to use these guys as multi-layer switches, then we don't need to have a trunk to the router, but I'll probably end up configuring that guy as a router on a stick, just like these other ones, so that we can have consistency through all of this. Or we might go, I'm not sure yet. So because I'm not sure, I'm not going to configure that as a trunk. We're just going to let that bleed into whatever access VLAN we end up assigning that port to, which we're going to do that when we get into the VTP, the VLAN Trunking Protocol nugget coming up. So for now, I think we have seen the configuration of manual trunks in a multi-switch environment. We've done it the right way. Again, it's the same setup on every single one of them, but that's how you need to make sure that you're consistent the whole way through. Now we can start layering the VLANs on top of it. I hope this has been informative for you, and I'd like to thank you for viewing.